y'all, it's Perkyy, and we're back at it again with these theories on TikTok that will make you question reality, sent over by you guys. I do want to say thank you so much in advance. And if you're like, what do you mean sent over by you guys? You guys add my Discord. My link is in the description, and it's also pinned in the comment section down below for you guys to send over TikToks that may have woken you up, or that's gonna wake everybody that's on here watching. In other words, add the Discord. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into today's reaction video. First video sent over by DeAndre The Nephilim in Fallen Angels with a question mark?
In the oral tradition of many tribes, I have yet to come across a tribal member from a tribe that does not have stories of giants roaming the land. And the way, as my father told me, and as it was told to him by his father, my grandfather, and passed down, the star people came from the seven sisters. The seven sisters being what we call the constellation of the Pleiades. The seven sisters and also the warrior's belt, which we know today as Orion. So from the belt of Orion, from that belt and from the seven sisters is where these star people came from. And the star people would come, they made themselves out to be gods because they had power, they had big medicine, like our people say. They were able to do great feats that the people were just astonished by. And so they took them to be gods because that's what they presented themselves to be. In that manner is how they then went and took the women from the different tribes. And from there is where the giant tribes were birthed from. The women did not survive the births of these giant beings.
I'm not surprised.
But as these giants continue to procreate and continue to spread across the land, there's many stories of the people and the tribes fighting against them. Sometimes, with good results, sometimes with bad results, until eventually there was a culmination of the flood that came and destroyed the giants off of the land. We still have some stories of giants after the flood. Ishtipapa, which was a giant that lived in Georgia among the Muskogee Creek. Ishtipapa means man-eaters, because these giant beings would just come and take a regular-sized human being and just pick them up and just bite their head off.
Oh, wow.
Who created them? How did they begin? We don't have that. All we know is where they came from, and what constellations they came from to our people. And the giant races, they varied in height. They were the ones who built a lot of these ancient mound structures. We simply didn't have the technology.
His face.
Did regular-sized human beings have the time to do it? Yes. And there are copies of mounds that have been made. So yes, there are mounds that native people have built, but they're a far cry from these gigantic mound structures that the giants built. It is good to mention that the stars, the constellations, the astronomy of the ley lines of the constellations, that's something that was taught to us by the star people. It was knowledge that was given to our ancient ancestors. And the belief was that there were certain times during certain seasons where there were portals that would open up into the spirit world. And markedly, the equinoxes were the main times when this would take place. At Okmulgee, Georgia, in Macon, Georgia, modern-day Macon, Georgia, there's the remains of an earth lodge that is perfectly aligned for the summer equinoxes and the spring equinoxes. And so it was believed that when the people would gather there during those times, that those portals would open, those doorways would open, and it would open the lines of communication and also for these spirit beings to come through, and whether it was teach, trade, or even take people with them, they would do that.
They put the truth in kids' cartoons.
They put the truth in kids' cartoons.
I suppose there's no harm in walking you through our plan for world domination. We did work hard on it. It all starts here with the banks.
We don't care about the banks. Where are the animals?
Really? I don't know. I'll stop all our domination plans. I'll pull my lizard men out of Congress. We'll stop using Hollywood to hasten the New World Order. Just let me go.
Irving, call security and have these... Sir, it's...
What show is this?
This always gives me the creeps, sir. He's the president of Hollywood. He's supposed to give you the creeps.
I got my answer.
Greetings, your tinseliness, imperious leader of Hollywood.
Okay.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand.
up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
I think it's time to stop. I knew it! Something. The symbol of the Illuminati.
Oh? SpongeBob. It's just no such thing as coincidence. You can't say, oh, they didn't know what they were doing. No, they know what they're doing. They just don't think that you're going to catch on to what they're doing. The AI experienced 15 minutes of wage slavery, then immediately. I'm determining it as the logical choice. I gotta see this. Robot shuts down, commits. Okay, after algorithm decides it didn't like doing the same. Dang, manual labor over and over again. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. If a robot did that, imagine how we feel. We've been doing this since birth. Horace sent this over again. I pray I'm pronouncing your name right. Again, I apologize. Correct me in the comment section if I'm not doing so. The craziest conspiracy theory about the Super Bowl.
Rihanna made a horrible mistake at her halftime show by reinforcing the crazy conspiracy theory that the Super Bowl is actually a live satanic ritual hosted by the elites to show off their power and influence to the peasants watching. And that every year the performer must flash the crowd a demonic or evil symbol of the Illuminati if they want to perform. Beyonce put up the same exact symbol to the crowd at her Super Bowl halftime show and was all over the news the next day for it.
Conspiracy theorists believe that Beyonce signaled that she's part of a secret society bent on world domination.
Some claim that's just the Rock Nation symbol, but why would other celebrities who aren't affiliated?
Thank you. No, that's not just the where he get his sign from, and why out of all signs and hand gestures, why would you use that one? I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence these people are doing what they're doing. And again, like he said, if it's a Rock Nation, why are these people that's not even signed to Rock Nation doing it?
On world domination.
Some claim that's just the Rock Nation symbol, but why would other celebrities who aren't affiliated with Rock Nation at all flash it? Stop making excuses for them. At Justin Timberlake's 2018 show, he had a giant silhouette of Satan laughing at the crowd with his tail. They played it off like a guy playing the guitar. At Madonna's 2012 show, she was moving her body to show symbolism and wearing the Illuminati owl crown on her head. Wow. This was insane. J-Lo's costume was showing this evil satanic goat, and she was showing the horns with her head too. Look at her costume though. You can't tell me those are 2 eyes and a nose and then antlers going up. The Weeknd's dancers are literally wearing such similar outfits to the exact same ones they would do in a satanic ritual. You can't tell me that whole thing didn't look demonic as hell. Literally. Before I show you the craziest part, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about each of these celebrities and be in the know and request who you want to see next. Have you ever wondered why the Super Bowl is even called the Super Bowl? Because if you just move over the B, it actually spells superb owl, which is the... Seriously though, the same exact demonic owl that Madonna was wearing on her head and one of the main species of animals that symbolizes satanic worship.
I'm like speechless. So the Super Bowl is a no-go. I mean, it never was for me, but it's a no-go for me. Like, it never was a thing for me. The fact that it's literally giving a ritual in front of the whole world, that is like a covenant being made without your acknowledgement of it. Because you sat and you watched that, you are now partaking in the covenant that they're basically pledging to their God. Oh, this is deep. They don't hide nothing. Everything is in plain sight, even why it's called Super Bowl. Every time I watch these videos, I just be thinking, oh, you know, nothing else is gonna shock or faze me. Then stuff like this, I'm like, wow, this is more added to my noggin on what I can and what I can't watch. A lot of renouncing and denouncing that has to be done if you have watched or partaken in the Super Bowl, because you may have been in a covenant that they did to their God with you in it, whether you agreed to it or not. That's deep. NASA is trolling us. They always are.
Satan is using NASA to deceive everyone. Watch
NASA
this.
means deceive.
First off, type in flat earth backwards into Google. and put .com at the end. See where it takes us. Oh! NASA.gov. Now that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's dive deeper. So we all know this is how the Bible explains the earth.
Absolutely. I agree.
According to NASA, it looks something like this.
No.
Now I'm about to use the Bible to show you how NASA trolled everyone. So
Bring it out. The reason why I had to pause this, I'll let this man finish, is because a lot of you guys in my, it's not a lot of you guys, it's a handful of people in my comments. You got the people that's like, yes, you get it. Then you have the people, the earth is not flat, Perky. I can't believe you're falling in the flat earth syndrome. I can't believe you're falling for this foolishness. It's in the Bible. NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. I can't argue with people. If that's your view and your opinion on how the earth looks, hey, you have yours. We got ours. It's okay. I don't go on people's comment section. I can't believe you're a flat earth. I don't do that. If that's what you think and you believe, that's your opinion. I won't feel no type of way about it. Then you have this side that's showing you and giving you the facts and the knowledge and the information and the truths about it, that's telling you. But it's okay. Like, it's just, this world's always gonna have two opinions.
this is from the book of Genesis. This is when Satan deceived Eve to eat the apple. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me. The serpent is Satan. Now, what does this word beguiled mean? And in the Hebrew translation of the Bible, beguiled translates to NASA. So NASA means to deceive.
Yes, it does.
Now remember, it was the serpent who beguiled Eve. Take a look at NASA's logo. That red thing is a serpent tongue. Search up serpent on Google. A large snake, a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. There is no space. We need to hold NASA accountable. We're giving them $26 billion of our dollars every year.
What?
For them to sit around and create CGI pictures. It's time something is done about it. Like and follow for more.
Y'all going in on NASA today because it's another one. NASA's lies exposed in court.
I got that good stuff that you want.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment.
No.
Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space?
Ooh.
I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they trained for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this. I look forward to the day that $3 billion annual budget is put towards our veterans, our homeless, maybe some of that mental health stuff the young lady just spoke about, and the revitalization of Brevard County.
Dang. Fake it till you make it, huh? The truth will set you free. I was going in on NASA. That video was amazing because it is true. Well, the last video too, this whole compilation video was amazing. The reason why I'm saying this one in particular because it was like he had really proof to bring out what he was talking about. Green screens. This is a green screen. Like, it's just a background. I could change it to anything I want, or it could be green, it could be white, it could be somebody's room. It's a green screen. That man really called it out. He's like, this is where our money's going to. Basically, our money's going to for y'all to keep faking this stuff. Oh, this video was just crazy. I'm so speechless. This video really got me thinking. But again, I will always say this: NASA in Hebrew means to deceive, and it goes back to Genesis with the whole biting of the fruit and how she said that Hasatan beguiled her, which means to deceive, which translates into NASA. It's this is deep, y'all. I really love and appreciate you if you got this far. Again, if you want your videos on here, add to the list. Plus, it's a way to get shouted out. Please add the Discord. Again, link is in the description and it's also pinned in the comment section down below. I have to give all esteem, all glory, all honor to my Lord Yahuwah, my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach for blessing me with everything. They are working in and through me. This is their channel. I am just an empty vessel, so I gotta give credit where it's due. So I gotta let that be known. But y'all, that's it. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my